Elementary transformations are operations on matrices. There are three basic elementary transformations there are three basic elementary transformations are possible on matrices. There are three basic elementary transformations are possible on matrices. Number one, Ri implies and implied by Rj in bracket R, Ci implies and implied by Cj. That is interchange of ith and jth row or interchange of ith and jth column. Mohit, mute it. Example, A equal to 3 minus 1 2 1 4 0. Let us apply the operation R1 interchanging with R2 and tell me the matrix, new matrix obtained. What the first row becomes now? 1
4 0
4 0 3 minus 1 2. Remember here, not necessary that the matrices must be square. They can be rectangular also. Now let us apply C2 to C3 on A and tell me the new matrix C. That is, we are interchanging C2 and C3. So the first column remains the same, 3 1. Now the second column becomes now 2 0 minus 1 4. Next, second operation. Ri to Kri or Ci to Kci, where k not equal to 0. That is multiplying non-zero constant to all the elements of ith row or ith column. Example, write the matrix again. A equal to 2 minus 1 3 4. Let us apply the operation R1 to minus 2 R1 and write the new matrix B. And C2 to 1 by 2 C2 and write the new matrix C. Tell me the elements of matrix B row wise. Minus 4 plus 2. Second row remains the same. 3, 4. Now, when you are doing column operation or column transformation, you apply the operation on A only. And tell me the new matrix C. So the first column remains the same, 2, 3. Now the second column will become what? Minus 1 by 2 and 2. Next, third operation. Ri to Ri plus Krj or Ci to Ci plus Kcj. That is constant times elements of a row can be added to another row or constant times elements of any column can be added to another column. Example, A equal to 2, minus 3, 5, 1, 6, 4. Let us apply the operation on A as R2 to R2 minus 2 R1 and write the new matrix A dash. C3 to C3. No, there is no C3. So C2 to C2 plus C1 on the matrix A and write the new matrix A double dash. Tell me the elements of A dash row wise. First row 2 minus 3. Second row, tell me the elements now.
1, 7.
1, 7, correct. Next, third row
6, 4.
6, 4. There is no change. Next, apply the column operation or column transformation on the matrix A and tell me the new matrix. So column wise, first column remains the same, 2, 5, 6. Now, what about the second column?
-1,
Minus
6, 10.
6 and 1.
-1, 6, 10. So what are the operations so far discussed is? Only 3 operations are possible. First one is what? Interchange of any 2 rows or any 2 columns. And second one is multiplying all the elements of either a row or a column with a constant. And third one is adding constant times a row to another row or adding constant times a column to another column. Write a note. If a row operation is applied on matrix, if a row operation is applied on a matrix, then it is said to be a row transformation. If a column operation is applied on a matrix, then it is said to be a column transformation. Next, equivalent matrices. Equivalent matrices. A matrix B obtained from matrix A, equivalent matrices. A matrix B obtained from matrix A by applying elementary transformations then they are said to be equivalent matrices denoted by similarity symbol will be used. B is equivalent to A. That is, B is obtained from the matrix A by applying elementary transformations. Means it can be row operations or it can be column operations. Next, elementary matrix. Elementary matrix. A square matrix elementary matrix. A square matrix obtained from a square matrix obtained from an identity matrix by applying single elementary row or in bracket column transformation. See once again, elementary matrix, a square matrix obtained from an identity matrix by applying single elementary row or column transformation. Then it is said to be an elementary matrix. Right, example. Identify which are elementary matrices. Number one, E1 equal to E2 equal to E3 equal to E4 equal to E5 equal to tell me, is it E1 is an elementary matrix or not?
Yes.
If so, tell me what operation if I apply on I2 so that I will get E1.
C2
We should apply only one
C1
operation. What is the operation?
C2 corresponds to C1 plus C2.
So you are identified that C2 as what? C2
C1.
plus C1. Sure? Check once again. You should apply only one operation on identity matrix and you should be able to get this.
No, E1
Check
is not
what
element.
operation if you are going to apply so that you are going to get this. Can you get? By any operation, can you able to get E1 from I2 identity matrix?
No.
No, sir.
So E1 is not possible, E2 is possible, E3 is not possible, E4 is possible from I3 and E5 is possible from I3. Right, next. Write one statement. let A be a matrix. Let A be a matrix of order m by n. Let A be a matrix of order m by n. Applying any elementary row in bracket or column transformation on the matrix A is same as let A be a matrix of order m by n. Applying any elementary row in bracket or column transformation on the matrix A is same as pre-multiplying in bracket or post-multiplying pre-multiplying or in bracket post-multiplying the matrix A with an elementary matrix obtained from an identity matrix I m in bracket R I n with the same row in bracket or column transformation. Go through once again. Let A be a matrix of order m by n. Applying any elementary row or column transformation on the matrix A is same as pre-multiplying or post-multiplying the matrix A with an elementary matrix obtained from an identity matrix IM, means m rows and m columns, or IN, that means identity matrix of order n, which is the same row in bracket or column transformation. Let us take an example. A equal to 3 minus 1 2 1 0 5. What is the order here?
2 by 3.
2 by 3. Let us apply the operation R2 to R2 minus R1. Tell me the new matrix now. A dash. What is the new matrix A dash? When you apply R2 to R2 minus R1. So the first row will be as it is 3 minus 1 2. Now what about the second row?
Minus 2 1 3.
Minus 2 1 3. Now you apply the same operation on which identity matrix I should apply?
2 by 3.
So apply the same operation R2 to R2 minus R1 on I2 1 0 0 1 and tell me the elementary matrix obtained. E dash. Or the
Don't we have to
elementary matrix
multiply
obtained.
the matrix A with I2, so don't we have to do it by 3 by 3?
No. Read the statement what you have written before. You have to apply on what? IM. If we
Yes,
are
sir, but
applying
you have
what?
to
Row
multiply.
operation.
You have to multiply the matrix A with the elementary matrix IM. So for multiplying it, we need to have satisfiability of multiplication.
You read the statement properly. What is the meaning of pre-multiplying and post-multiplying? If you are applying the row operation, you have to multiply what? Pre. Means before. If you are applying the column operation, you have to multiply the post. Multiplying what? To the right side of A. To the left side of A for the row operation, to the right side of A for the column operation. Now, so what is the elementary matrix obtained now? First row will be as it is 1 0. Now tell me the second row. What will be second row? Elements
Minus 1.
minus 1 and 1. Okay. Now as per the statement, what we have to do? You have to multiply the matrix A with what? Pre-multiplying with the corresponding what? Elementary matrix. That means now you take the product E dash and A. What is E dash? 1 0 minus 1 1 A 3 minus 1 2 1 0 5. Now check, is this product will be same as A dash or not? E dash A, is that product, is it same as A dash or not? So how you multiply? Row with a column. Now first row with first column 3 minus 1 2. First row same only. Check the second row with first column minus 3 plus 1, so minus 2 1 minus 2 plus 5 3. Are you getting the same?
Yes.
Have you understood the statement now? For any given matrix A of order m by n, if I want to apply any elementary row operation which is the same as, instead of applying that operation on that, I can apply the same operation on identity matrix, and whatever the obtained elementary matrix, that I can multiply with 3 with the given matrix A. Let us take another example. Or else apply the column operation on the same matrix A. Right, again A equal to 3 minus 1 2 1 0 5. Now let us apply the column operation as C2 to C2 plus 2 C3. Now tell me the new matrix A double dash. What A double dash will be now? First column remains the same, 3 1. Now tell me second column C2.
3 10.
3 10. Third column 2 5. Now let us calculate elementary matrix E double dash by applying the same column operation on which identity matrix I should apply?
3 by 3.
I3, that is 3 by 3. 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Now apply this same column operation on I3 and tell me the corresponding elementary matrix obtained. Let us denote that as E double dash. Now, first column remains the same, 1 0 0. Now, tell me about the second column.
0 1 2.
0 1 2. Third column, 0 0 1. Now, as per the statement, I should multiply E double dash with A by what? Post multiplying. That means I should calculate what? A E double dash. 3 minus 1 2 1 0 5. E double dash 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 2 1. Now multiply these two and check the result. Is it same as A double dash or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That is multiply row with the first column, second column, third column, and then observe. 3 3 2. In the same manner, check for the second row. Second row multiply with all the three columns. Is the statement clear, all of you? Write one more statement. Let C be the product of two matrices A and B, so that the product is defined. That is C equal to A, B. Here A is called prefactor and B is called post factor of the product. A is called prefactor and B is called post factor of the product. Applying any row transformation on matrix C is same as applying same operation on prefactor matrix A of the product. Similarly, applying any column transformation on matrix C, applying any column transformation on matrix C is same as applying same operation on post factor matrix B of the product. Write one example. No. Is this product is defined? What's the order of the first matrix?
2 by 2.
2 by 2.
Second,
2 by 3.
2 by 3. Is the product is defined?
Yes.
Tell me the product matrix. Row wise, tell me the elements.
3 minus 2 minus
Next.
5.
Minus 5. 3 minus 2 minus 5. First row. Tell me about the second row.
7,
Next.
7, 5.
Now observe the statement. So here the matrix C is 3 minus 2 minus 5, 7, 7, 5, and matrix A is 2 by 2 matrix, and matrix B is 2 by 3 matrix. So this is our matrix equation. Now observe the statement. If I want to apply any row operation on the matrix C, which will be same as what? Applying the same operation on the prefactor matrix. Now let us apply the operation R2 to R2. Now what the new matrix C will be obtained? C dash. So when I apply R2 to 2R2, tell me what the new matrix obtained from C. First row will be as it is 3 minus 2 minus 5. What about second row?
14, 14, 10.
14, 14, 10. Now as per the statement, I should apply the same operation on the prefactor of the product. Prefactor means what? A. Now apply the same operation on A and then take the product. Now when I take the same operation on A, what is the new matrix obtained from A? First row will be what? Minus 1, 2. Second row 2, 6. This is a matrix what? A dash. That is what is obtained from A. And B will be as it is only. 1, 4, 5, 2, 1, 0. Now take the product of these two and check, is this product same as C dash or not? Check the product A dash B and check, will it be same as C dash or not?
Yes, sir.
You want to have an example for column operation also?
So here also we can apply only one operation.
One operation only we are applying. After that we are verifying. If you want to apply one more operation, again you can apply, but you have to proceed in the same manner. You apply one operation at a time. Whatever the operation that you are doing on C, the same operation only you have to apply. If it is a row operation, you have to apply on prefactor. If it is a column operation, you have to apply on post factor. You can continuously apply. You can apply more also, but continuously you can apply. But simultaneously you have to modify. Not necessary that you have to apply only one. You can apply more also. Now let us verify with the column operation also. Now apply C2 to C2 plus C3 and tell me C double dash. Apply the column operation C2 to C2 plus C3 on C and tell me the new matrix. So the first column will be what? 3, 7. What about second column? Tell me.
-7, 12.
-7, 12. And third column remains same. -5 and 5. Now you apply the same column operation on which matrix I should apply?
E.
B.
B.
So apply the same column operation on B. Now let us denote that as B double dash. Apply on B and tell me what is B double dash will be now. 1, 2. First column remains the same. Now what about the second column? 9, 1. Third column 5, 0. Now you multiply A with B double dash. A is -1, 2, 1, 3. B double dash 1, 9, 5, 2, 1, 0. Now calculate this product. Check is this matrix same as C double dash or not.
Yes.
Is it same?
Yes.
Now is the statement clear? Right, application of elementary transformations. Application of elementary transformations is we can find inverse of a square matrix we can find inverse of a square matrix if it exists. Let A be a square matrix of order n by n. Let A be a square matrix of order n by n. Procedure to find the inverse of the matrix A using elementary row transformation. Procedure to find the inverse using row transformation. Is it the matrix A? Can I write as I into A? Will it be same or not? Where I is an
Yes.
identity matrix of the same order. So write all of you. A equal to I into A. Apply the row operations. Apply the row operations on the left side of matrix A. Apply the row operations on the left side of matrix A until we get an identity matrix, and the same operations to be applied on the identity matrix in bracket prefactor of the right hand side, prefactor of the right hand side product, close the bracket. That is, the new matrix equation will be of the form I equal to B into A. Here B is called inverse of matrix A. Observe here, A is a given matrix and it is asked to find the inverse. Then we can write the matrix equation as A equal to I into A. Now apply the row operations on the left side of the matrix A, which is always equivalent to applying the same row operations on the prefactor of the product. That is, you apply one operation and the same operation corresponding you apply on identity matrix till the matrix A reaches the identity matrix. Then simultaneously the matrix I becomes another matrix B. That means I equal to B into A. Then B becomes the inverse of A. Now, take a note. In the above process of operations, any row or column contain all the elements as 0. Then inverse does not exist. Go to the statement once again. In the above process any row or column contain all zeros, then inverse does not exist. Because we cannot able to achieve the identity matrix, that's why inverse does not exist. Similarly, inverse can be obtained. Similarly, inverse can be obtained using column operations. That is, write the matrix A as A into I and apply the column operations till the matrix equation becomes I equal to A into B. Then B is the inverse of A. That is B equal to A inverse. Here also the same note is applicable. Now, have you understood here why we are writing like this, A equal to A into I? Because we are applying the column operation. Any column operation on the left side is same as the same column operation you have to apply on the post factor of the product. That means the matrix, identity matrix will get changed to new matrix B. Then B becomes a inverse in case if it exists. So for a 2 by 2 matrix, we are trying to calculate the inverse. So write the matrix equation A equal to I into A and see that first element A11 has to be 1. After making A11 as 1, below all the elements you have to make it 0 by applying the row operations. So because A11 is 1, so A21 you have to make it as 0. So apply the operation R2 to R2 minus 2R1. Next, after making 0, A22 is 1. Now you make this above element as 0 by applying the operation. And after that, verify. See once again. So for a 3 by 3 matrix, we are writing A equal to I into A. And because A11 is already 1, so you make the below elements as 0. So by applying R2 to R2 plus R1, this element becomes 0. Next, after that you identify whether A22 is 1 or not. If it is A22 is 1, then you make it above and below elements as 0 by applying the operations on R1 and R3. So this element you can make it 0 by using R2 as R1 as R1 minus 2R2, R3 as R3 plus 2R2. Now after making the above below elements as 0, now you identify whether A33 is 1 or not. In case if it is 1, then you make it above elements as 0. Now this is already 0. Now you have to make it minus 2 as 0. So apply the operation R1 to R1 plus 2R3. Then it will get converted to in the form of what? I equal to B into A, where B is the inverse of A. Now verify whether A inverse into A equal to I or not.